Greetings and salutations, YouTube. Fire Chuck here, and I am back for episode 2 of our Pokemon Violet MonoSteel run. And I've got through all the tutorial section. I haven't done anything else other than update some of our Fascion, because we gotta look good. And now we have got to go get our first encounter, which is going to be in this direction, which will be to the west. I don't know if there's going to be anything in the east that we can catch or not, but we'll go over there and see. Because these are both going to have the same level of Pokemon. So yeah, we still have our Fuecoco in the party, and we also caught the tutorial Lechonk, just so that Nimona didn't look at us funny. Rare candy. Nice. Um, and now Nimona's going to call us. Oh wow, you picked the gym route or whatever. Okay, so Katie, the Cortando gym leader, her Pokemon are from 13 to 50. It's 3 Mons. So 3 is all we can take. I don't know if we will have 3 Mons because I don't know if it's possible for us to get 3. I think I could catch a Rookity and a Riolu, but I've already said that I can't use them unless they are a Steel type, and they are not Steel type right off the bat. Oh, as far as shiny claws in quotes goes, we don't have one. However, I will be, if I see a shiny, because they do appear in the overworld, I will be using them, and if we can find a shiny steel type, then all the better. When I did my mono poison lock off screen, I encountered like 5 shinies, which I have no evidence of, so I could be making that up. I'm not. It was a shiny Volbeat, a shiny Executor, a shiny Tentacruel, which was cool because I wanted Tentacruel in my party anyway, and it being shiny was perfect. I caught a shiny Metatite. And I think there was one more, but now I can't remember what it was. And all of them were in the DLC areas. So I don't know if the DLC areas have higher shiny rates or what. That's Starly. But yeah, so if I do encounter a shiny, which again, the overworld encounters, the way the system works, it's much easier to find shinies because again, you can just say, "Oh, hey, that's a shiny," instead of going through every single patch of grass looking for one. You can just ignore the stuff that isn't. Okay, I gotta come over here to these ruins. Ruins. And the nice thing about steel types is there's a lot of the Terra battles and stuff in order to like get EXP candies to grind and stuff. We can do a lot of them. It was a lot harder when I was doing the poison because there's a lot of types that it just aren't real conducive to battling with poison types. I don't know if the time of day is going to affect where we can find these or not. I could have sworn there was an area here for them too. Specifically, what we're looking for is ruins, because I know that's where Tinkatinks like to spawn. And Tinkatink is going to be our first Pokemon. Mostly because I don't think we have a choice. I don't think anything else spawns this early. The fact that they put Tinkatink this early is kind of crazy anyway, because Fairy and Steel is an amazing typing. Well, you do eliminate one of Fairy's weaknesses, but you just add more to the... Actually, I guess it doesn't really... I guess it really doesn't. It just makes... And there we go. Tinkatink. Just gonna... look around in case we should see a shiny. Yeah. Oh, hey, we can get 2 Pokemon. There's Bronzor's here. Okay, well, I said Tinkatink was going to be my first. So it's going to be our first, and then we'll get a Bronzor. I don't know if Bronzor will stay on the team or not, but Tinkatink probably will. We are a little underleveled. That's okay. But we do have Metal Claw to start off with, which is fantastic. Having Stab this early is very nice. Let's chuck a Great Ball at it. Wish I had a ball that matched it better, but... And so, ladies and gentlemen, we have our first Pokemon. A Tinkatink. The Metalsmith Pokemon Fairy Steel. Pokemon pounds iron scraps together to make a hammer. It will remake the hammer again and again until satisfied with the result. What should we name this thing? It is female. Oh, I know. I had a name. Okay, so we will have 3 boxes. We will have box 1 will be for Pokemon that we can actually use. Box 8 is going to be for Lechonk and Fuecoco. And then box 2 will be for shinies that we find that we can't use. I mean, again, very bold of me to assume that. This is a fantastic feature, by the way, Game Freak. It's called the Metalsmith Pokemon. We're going to name her after Adrienne, the blacksmith in Whiterun. That was the only female blacksmith that I could think of, other than the orc, whose name I can't think of. And the one in Castle Volkahar, whose name I also cannot think of. If it was male, then, you know, it would have been either Alvor or Yorland Greymane. But let's take a look at this. Does it have a good nature? It's not awful, but I wouldn't mind something better. Okay, rearrange moves. Yes, let's put that first. Clicking Fairy Wind right now wouldn't be awful, but... Okay, Bronzor. Come back here, sir. 100% did not realize there were Bronzors in this area, but we are most definitely going to catch one. And we have Mold Breaker. And we are Terra Fairy. I don't know if that's good, bad, or indifferent. It would allow us to eliminate a weakness to ground if we needed to. So Ultra Ball there for Bronzor. On their backs are said to be imbued with mysterious power. Yes. What do we name it? It is genderless, so we need to name it after an object, not a person. Um, so Bronzong is kind of a basic, or taco, or what are some other bells? Bells is in Bealls, the clothing store. Oh, I got it. It's kind of a mean name, but third place, bronze. Steel type attacks are not good on electric sheep. Is Mareep yeah, Mareep surely is based on that. Uh, is it short story, poem? Oh my God, Stairs to Nowhere. This is amazing. Um, Short story. Again, I don't know if it's a short story or a poem or a play, but it's called "Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep?" Heal ball would have been nice to have for Tinky Tink, because I could have caught it in something that kind of matched. The Grand Olive Orchard, one of the 10 sites of Paldea. Okay. So Bronzor and Tinkating, I'm pretty positive are the only thing we can catch over here. I was actually surprised to see Bronzor. Certainly take those. The one thing I do really appreciate about Scarlet and Violet is I don't think there's any Pokemon that you can't any type of Pokemon that you can't get like right from the pretty much right out of the tutorial, because you can get Dragon Pokemon really early too, because you can get Goomies and Axews pretty much right away. Okay, Electro Ball's not going to do us a lot of good. Now, obviously, if you're counting your starters, there's Fire, Water, Grass, but water Pokemon are very easy to find. Okay, so here's our third Pokemon that we can't actually use yet. But I want to catch this now so that I can just start killing the rest of them. Because we need 999 of them things. I don't have an Ultra Ball or a Great Ball anymore. I need my Quick Balls. That's what I need. Again, I would very much like to use this thing, but I might leave it be and not use it until we do a Mono Ghost run. And then for Mono Ghost, it would make sense because we could just use it the whole time. I need to look up what the best way to get Unigold coins is. there's two M's. And no H. So nothing was coming up. Not in Pokemon Go. Lives inside an old treasure chest. Sometimes it gets left in sharp corners since no one realizes it's actually a Pokemon. Really making for it, but not really for it. Okay, let's see what Reddit has to say. Reddit knows things. Okay. Oh, 155. Okay, I'll figure that out later. Basically, what I'm gathering is go to find the watchtowers, get the coins from there, and move on. Okay, it's kind of creepy. Jim and I turned on and started talking to me about it. Um, there's getting down there. Oh, we will store him away because he is not a steel type yet. These little dudes respawn. They can drop, I think, upwards of 30. So that's pretty good. Um, problem is the gimme ghoul on the if we can actually defeat it or not, which is a much bigger if. But I think we can actually catch. There, search this other means. Beeb. Set breaks occurring. Basically just on the lookout for towers until we get all of our coins. We only need the one. Evidently, there is a chest gimme ghoul somewhere that gives you 777 coins. Which would be really nice to find. Obviously, that is the majority of what you need in one encounter. High enough level that I don't think we can deal with. So. Fun fact, if you are wanting to use Lycanroc in your playthrough, there is a static wild terror that you can have. One of it's right outside of Medali City, which is the one where everybody's favorite gym leader Larry is. The normal type one that's got a regular office job. Um, but yeah, it's just one of those ones that's like glowing. See, like, there. In Fletchender, you could legitimately have by this point in time. Those I think evolve at like level 15, so not that crazy. But Grumpigs are, I think they're like level 30. We're not going to sit here and do this forever, but as we go around, we'll try and probably once I get a high enough level that I'm confident enough that I can actually battle everything we find, then I will go and try and take a trip and gather them all up. That way we can get Goldango, Mr. String Cheese Man, Mr. Cinnamon from the Apple Jacks commercial. And yes, his name was either going to be String Cheese or Cinnamon. I hadn't decided yet, but it was going to be one of those two things. Okay. Well, we're not going to defeat anybody here right now because I don't think we'll win. Gimme Ghoul cannot do a whole lot, so we may be fine in a battle against it. If we were a normal type with Scrappy or just a normal type that had Bite, it'd be really good because I think all it has is Astonish. Oh, hey, there's a TM up here. Is anything good? Fire Spin. Not anything we can use, but... So, just looking out there, you can't really see anything. I don't know what that... I think that's a mountain. This Gimme Ghoul is level 15. Okay. Didn't do it. It does no tackle, but we're okay. And this isn't bad because we could use some grinding anyway. So, Sonic. So while we're early on in this run, what part of the game do you think that we will have the hardest time with? Personally, I think the fire Team Star base, I think that's going to be very difficult for us, just because it's early enough that we're not going to really be. I don't think we're going to have team members that can deal with it. Heck yeah. Yes. I don't need baby doll eyes. I also think that the first Elite Four member is going to be rough. There's 60 coins right there. I should have just hit fly from there because I. Okay, so I want to go. So yeah, there are probably Rookities here somewhere. But I want to go this direction and seize what I can seize. I don't know for sure what steel types are going to be in that direction. I'm thinking the list that I have is probably in order of how early you can see them, but I don't know that for sure. No, it's by their dex number, which again very well could be how early you can see them. Probably not, because Tinkatink is really low down here. I seriously don't know where to see. Fortress is on the list, but I don't know where Pinecos are. And honestly, if I was going to get a steel bug type, it would 100% be Scizor. And Scizor's a lot more work to get. Okay, so we are here on the other side of the town. So we've got Yungooses, Nackleys, there's some Shinxes. There's a Gimme Ghoul down there. Oh, and there's Rookidee. We'll go ahead and catch one. Like I said, can't use this till like level 30. I'll figure out what level it evolves into Corviknight, and then we'll make that as the plan of we'll use it at this point. Like, these Vons are only level 10, so it really doesn't make a huge difference when we catch them. Also, fun fact, Tinkatink's final evolution, Tinkaton, just sit there from the ground and just throw hammers at Corviknights. Okay. Well, Taxi would fit in other regions. We're going to name you Check Mate. Actually, I don't think that's how checkmate is spelled. Yeah, it's definitely one word. Just because Corviknight is a knight, and it always makes me think of chess. I'm not much of a chess player, in case any of you were curious. I can't strategize far enough ahead in chess to be any good. Okay, so 2 levels on our bronze ore. Don't want to get too far ahead because we do want the. We would like to be able to use these mons against Katie. I also cannot hear my game, so I very well may miss Gimme Ghouls. I don't happen to see them. Usually the best telltale factor is the little noise that they make, but again, I can't hear that, so. It's a nice early place to come for fire types, too. Lit Leos, Char Cadets. These Char Cadet just wants to fight. So, I'm afraid I have other business. Sorry, guys. Have more item, kind of kick them off the edge. Oh my gosh, couldn't see it. Just blended in. Bird camouflage. Of course, with Mold Breaker, everything takes way longer. Ooh. I nearly overcompensated too much and it almost cost me. So, Fairy, Terror Raid right there. Flash Cannon. Well, Bronzor's about to get a lot more powerful. I don't know why they give you the TM for Flash Cannon. It's actually a special attacker. Oh, he has heat proof, actually. That's kind of cool. You have a jolly. Find a nature convention. What you have, I don't know what you have to do. What you have to do to be able to buy nature mints. I know that you can. So I'm not for sure what it takes. Jeez. And I've reached the barrier that will cause harm. I will say it again. Scarlet and Violet had a lot of flaws. One of them was not the character designs and the way they portrayed the characters. I like, especially your rivals, classmates, whatever. Nimona, Arvin, and Penny. They're all very likable. They all have good goals. Here's Medicine. Those little things to unlock the legendaries. It doesn't do us any good because we are not getting any of the legendaries because they're not steel types. No, not battling you because you are mighty. You're going to be much stronger than any of these other randos, and I haven't been battling them either. Antler. There's a whole quarter square there. That's the direction I need to go. See what I got side change. If I can get up here. I don't even actually know for sure that I can get up here. I try. So far we haven't. Well, we've caught another Pokemon over here, but not one that we can use. It took me a really long time to realize that the energy root is in the shape of a flexing arm. But part of that is because the only times I was using them was in, specifically the time I remember them the most was in Scarlet, no, Ruby and Sapphire. Um, so like my pixels weren't. It wasn't like it was the best rendering of it. Train punch. I think it's in train punch. Out of curiosity. In first place. And look at that again, cool. There's another one over there. I'm not going to it though. I just, as soon as I was on the way, I was going to check that area down, or that over there, for steel types. I don't think there are any, but I was gonna check, and then happened to see this. So, and it's level 15. Maybe they're all level 15. Okay, we're gonna freaking these, right? And then this will be the last thing that we do before we take on the gym, and we will do the gym in this episode. Oops, a crit. That didn't do a lot of anything. Oh, special defense drop though, and it's still confused. Hell yeah. So while we're doing this, what Pokemon? Because obviously we're still awaiting the release of Pokemon Legends EA, which is this next game in the Legends franchise. I don't know how many of them they're going to do, but now they're at two. And they announced that we got 50 from him. And they announced that Mega Evolutions will be back, which I'm very happy about personally. I think that Mega Evolutions were the best mechanic that they came up with. I don't have a problem with. I don't like terrestrialization. I think it's weird. Um, it's probably the least impactful, which I guess there's something to be said for that. I guess that's kind of a good thing. Like, very cool. I mean, how many ROM hacks have you seen where there's, just fan drawings of people's new Mega Evolutions that they've given to, whatever Pokemon. Anyway, the point of all this being, what is a Pokemon? Well, this is going to be a two-parter. What is a Pokemon that you would like to see get a Mega Evolution in Legends EA? And what is one that you think will get one? Not necessarily one that you like, but one that you just have a very sinking suspicion might get one. So for me, obviously the three starter Pokemon for the game, which are for Totodile, Chikorita, and Tepig. Obviously, their final forms are all going to get megas, I would think, because that's kind of the thing, you know. Um, Regional variants were the big deal in that was the big thing in Legends Arceus. But now we're going back to Mega Evolutions. So I think obviously the three quick one. So I do think that obviously the three starters will get, that'll be their thing, is that they get Mega Evolutions. Um, which is cool. I really like Emboar, and I like Feraligatr too. I'm not a big Meganium fan, but it does need help. So I'm okay with it getting a Mega. I would like to see it be either. I would love it if it would become like Dragon or Grass Fairy. Oh, hey, this guy is level 21. Good thing this isn't a Nuzlocke. Take me back to the Pokemon Center, please. I'm scared. But yeah, so I'd love it if it would become Dragon Fairy, or Dragon Fairy, Grass Fairy, Grass Dragon, something like that. For Alligator, I think maybe Water Dark, or I think Water Dragon is also possible. Because there's not really like a reptile themed type. Not a ton. And obviously you've got, how many crocodile Pokemon do you have? Skeledirge for Alligator. Is there another one? There might be, and I'm just forgetting about it. And then I think Emboar, you just need to either leave it fire fighting, or I wouldn't be opposed to fire ground, because it's a pig, so it's rolling in the mud. What else do I think will get one? I think they will give one to Dragonite, because if you look at obviously Tyranitar, Salamence, and Metagross all have Megas. The reason that the Salamence and Metagross both got them because of Oris. Tyranitar got one because people really like Tyranitar. Garchomp has one. Hydreigon doesn't. Goodra doesn't. Jangmo, Hakmo, the one from Sun and Moon, he doesn't, but he does have a signature Z move. So I mean, it's got something. I'm trying to think. 8th gen. Who's 8th gen pseudo legendary? Dragapult. It didn't get anything. And then this generation is Excalibur, and it doesn't have anything special. But we also didn't have a, there's not like a special Terra. The only special Terra is for Terrapagos, which gives it the Stellar type. But I do think they'll give Dragonite one. I wouldn't be surprised if Goodra got one, since it's the... Oh, no, actually, Goodra does have a special thing, because it's got a Hisuian form. And Hydreigon has got a Paradox form. Of course, so does Tyranitar and so does Salamence. But I wouldn't. I think it's probably about time Dragonite got one, and just make him Dragon Fairy. Um, what Pokemon would I like to see get one? I mean, I would love it if Gudra got one. Sorry, I got very tired all of a sudden. I would love it if Gudra got one because I really like Gudra. Gudra is actually my favorite pseudo legendary. Um, I'm trying to think of Pokemon from X and Y that I could see getting one. Obviously, none of the starters from there are in. Greninja's already got a special form; the others do not. I really wouldn't be surprised if we got Mega Charizard Z. Surely they wouldn't, but you never know. Ugh. Let me think. What else? What else? What else? What else? And I do firmly believe that not every, not every Pokemon necessarily has to be good. It's, some mons, you need for every Aegislash, you need a. I'm trying to think of a mon from X and Y that is basically useless, and I can't off the top of my head. But for every Aegislash, you have a Sunkern. I don't necessarily think. For me, it's not even so much of a. Obviously, if it's just a really bad Pokemon and a Mega Evolution is not going to fix it, just leave it bad. Let it just be a meme. But I could see a Mega Pyroar. Um, give it a sound based. It's got Hyper Voice already. I don't know if it gets Boom Burst. Ooh, Mega Flygon. That's Mega Flygon. I think is one that needs it just for the sheer fact that it got overshadowed in its own generation by Salamence. It got overshadowed the next generation by Garchomp because Garchomp is is Dragon Ground, and it's just better because it's a pseudo legendary. I know it's a thing that happens a lot in ROM hacks, but I do think that making Flygon a Dragon Bug type. God, this stupid olive. Go. It is oblong and does not go where I want it. Oh. Um, but I do think Dragon Bug would be really neat. And then it gets access to Bug Buzz. Let it learn. Oh. Let it learn Hyper Voice and let it learn Clanging Scales. Actually, I don't even know if that's a move or if that's what Hakmo's uh, signature Z move is called, but get it some love. And I do really like Flygon. It just is not as good, and its ability is not as useful as you would like. I mean, Levitate is very good. It's a very good ability, and it's useful on everything. But I would rather have Levitate on a Mon that it actually impacts more. You know, like coughing and wheezing having Levitate. That's great. Eliminates a weakness. Electros having a Levitate. Amazing. Now it has no weaknesses. So, I don't know. Yeah, let me know a Mon that you would like to have get a Mega and a Mon that you think will get a Mega inevitably. There's always going to be Mons that just get Megas and you're like, okay, why though? Like Oddno. Why does Oddno have a Mega? That's the only Gen 5 Mon that has one. And it's not even good. There is no benefit to using Mega Oddno. It's better not as a Mega. Which I mean that's the case for several Megas. Regular Garchomp is better than Mega Garchomp because regular Garchomp is faster. I don't really think there's a whole lot of difference between using Mega and regular Tyranitar because I think Mega Tyranitar got a stat boost in a weird spot. Like it's special defense or something. I think it would be funny if we got like a Mega Phalanx, and instead of the like 5 little dudes, it ends up just like doubling, and there's 10 of them, just all in a line. Mega Wailord, and it's just all it does is just inflate, and you can't even see the screen. It's just Wailord's mask. Okay, so Law Kicks, I believe, is Bug Dark. Let's find out. It is not till it evolves. 1 second, what was a crit? Tiki is eating those. Excuse me. Adrian is eating those. Oh, like I said, in battle, no healing items. Oh, and if we end up failing this multiple times, and in the process of the battle we end up getting past the level, oh yeah, we're doing set style for battles, that's right. Missed the Metal Claw. I can always tell because there's a delay. That would have been perfect if we could have hit it too, because we would have got 2 attacks off. But instead we get none. Adrian. Man. I would like to get this whole gym battle in this episode, but if we don't beat him, or if we don't beat her here, we may have to split it over a couple episodes because I'm tired. 3rd place, use Flash Cannon. Come on. We live on 8. I'm just gonna have to get lucky with the Teddy Ursa. Adrian missing 2 Metal Claws was not helpful. The only way we can do this is to go for a Confuse Ray. And just beg for the most insane Confuse hacks we can ask for. Yeah, this is going to be it for this episode, whether we win or not, because I can't. And we don't get confused. We don't get confusion. Well, like I said, kind of leaving y'all on a cliffhanger by just not finishing this, but I am yawning so much, and this episode's already at an hour. So, we are going to wrap it up right here. Obviously, this would be easier if we could use Rickety, but I'm not doing that. I'll wait till it's a Steel type. Ooh. Anyway, you guys, I will see you in the next one. This is Friar Chuck saying bye-bye.